Hello, this is Professor Poiser, and I'm going to show you how to divide using synthetic division. And in Mat 123, Mat 123 at QCC, which is pre-calculus, this is one of the things that we have to do. And so I'm going to start off with this problem here, and I want you to notice that we're going to divide all of this by 3 plus x, and there are some things that are out of order here. So do you see that this term right here, x to the fourth, has the largest exponent? That should actually go first, followed by this guy here, which is x to the third. It's got a negative 3x to the third is the next largest exponent. So I'm going to write that one next. And then my x squared term comes next. That's just a positive x squared, followed by this negative 3x. So I like this a lot better because look, I'm going now in descending order with my exponents from the largest, x to the fourth, negative 3x to the third, x squared. This is really x to the first power. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's no constant in this problem here. There's no plus 7, there's no minus 5 or whatever. So I'm just going to add that to the problem is I'm just going to add a plus 0 at the very end. Okay, so in synthetic division, what we need to establish are what are all the coefficients. And I hope you can see my coefficients are going to be 1, negative 3, 1, negative 3, and 0. Do you see where all of those are coming from? Those are coming from just the coefficients, fancy word for the number out front in math, coefficients of each of these terms here, okay? And we also need to establish what number goes in this box over here in the far left. Well, this 3 plus x is a little backwards from maybe what you're used to seeing, but it's simply the same thing as saying x plus 3. So what number goes over here in that box? Negative 3. It's always the opposite of what's happening here by our divisor. Okay, here's how synthetic division works. There's our setup. That first number always and automatically just comes on down as it is. Let me just scoot this so you can see it a little bit better. All right, so that first number comes down exactly as you see. And then here's the process. Multiply these two, this negative 3 times 1, and then add this column here, which is a negative 6. Multiply these two, negative 3 times negative 6 is a positive 18, and then add these numbers, which is 19. And then multiply negative 3 times 19, which is a negative 57, and then add these numbers, which is a negative 60. And then multiply these two numbers, negative 3 and negative 60, and we have a positive 180, and obviously 0 plus 180 is 180. That's it. Okay, so the last part of synthetic division is this. See that last number that we always came up with? That last number that shows up here with synthetic division is always our remainder. Okay, that's what that last one is. So hold on to that for a moment. And the rest of these are simply coefficients. This one here is always our constant. This next one is our x term, so that's a plus 19x. I put the plus sign because it was positive 19. This one here is my x squared term, and notice it's already got the sign in front of it, which is negative. And this guy here is my x to the third term, right? And if there was another term, I'd make that x to the fourth, and x to the fifth, and x to the sixth, and just keep on going, etc., etc. So this last one here is just a 1x to the third, where you really don't even need the coefficient of 1 anymore. Well, that's our final answer. I guess if we want, we can write that remainder of 180 over 3 plus x, because that's what our divisor was to start with, right? 3 plus x. And since that was a positive 180, I'm going to join it all with a plus sign right there. And there is our final answer. X to the third minus 6x squared plus 19x minus 60 plus this remainder of 180 over 3 plus x.